Hello Matiniks! So here we are again for another tutorial, and this time I'm going to discuss the third type of conic section, the ellipse. So maraming nagre-request na Tagalog daw ang pag-discuss natin. I will try my best kasi naman mahirap itagalog ang major axis, focus and all that. Buti pa yung point, alam ko ang Tagalog, tuldok. Ayan. Pero yung major axis, minor axis, focus, nako, wag nyo na pong piliting itagalog ko yan. Okay? So, ang una natin gagawin ay i-define natin ang ellipse. Okay? So, an ellipse is the set of all points in a plane whose sum, take note as sum, of distances from two fixed points in the plane. So, naka-fix siya. They are called the foci. Foci is the plural siya ng focus. So, dalawang focus. So, foci ang tawag doon. Yung sum daw ng distances from these two foci is constant. Okay? So, let me elaborate that by using this figure. Okay, so we have here our ellipse. Okay? An ellipse is a square circle. Okay? So, kapag meron tayong circle, halimbawa ito, hiramin ko muna ang aking, what do you call this? Punggos. So, imagine natin na ito ay circle. Okay? And then, kapag in-squeeze natin siya ay naging ellipse. Ayan. Actually, ang circle ay ellipse, pero ang ellipse ay hindi circle. Okay, tandaan nyo yan. Ang circle ay ellipse kasi ang circle na sasatisfy niya yung definition ng ellipse, pero ang ellipse ay hindi circle since hindi na sasatisfy ng ellipse yung definition ng circle. Okay, kasi sabi natin ang circle is the set of points equidistant to a point or the center. Okay? Pero ito, hindi siya equidistant sa lahat ng points. Ayan. Now, I'm going to discuss. I-discuss ko na. English ako ng English. I-discuss ko na yung definition natin ng ellipse. Okay, so, ito yung ating focus number 1. And then, here is another focus. At ito yung point natin. Ang sinasabi ng ellipse natin, kapag pinag-plus natin ito, at saka yun, at meron tayo ulit ditong isa pang point, at pinag-plus din natin yung distance na ito, at saka yung distance na yon, then yung sum nitong dalawa ay equal to the sum of these two distances also. Kahit nandito, kahit nandyan, basta yung sum ng distance from the point to focus 1 plus the distance from the point to focus 2 is equal to all the sum of the distances from the point to focus 1 and to focus 2. Okay, yun ang ibig sabihin ng ating definition ng ellipse. Okay? So, let us move on. Baliktad. Sorry guys. We have two types of ellipse. Okay? Parang we have two types of or sets of parabolas. So, ellipse din ay meron tayong two types. We call the first one the horizontal shape because it is wider than it is taller. Okay? So, when the ellipse is wider than it is taller, then it is a horizontal shape or it is a horizontal ellipse. Okay? So, this time we have here an ellipse whose center is at our origin. Okay? So, we call that center. Nahuli kasi yung aking explanation na yung slide natin ng ating parts. Okay? But later on, I'm going to discuss. Ngayon na nga, sige na nga. Lagpasan na natin yan para mas maintindihan ninyo. Okay. So, here is a horizontal ellipse also. So, we have here our center. And then we have here focus number 1, focus number 2. And then we have here our vertices. So, dalawa ang vertex natin this time. Okay? So, vertex number 1 and vertex number 2. So, ano ulit ang vertex? It is the turning point of the graph of our ellipse. Okay? So, since meron tayong wider and taller o kaya meron tayong tinatawag na major axis. Okay, so the major axis this time is X. Since yung pinakamahabang line natin, line from one vertex to another vertex passing through the focus and the center is through x-axis or parallel rather to our x-axis. So, ang tawag natin dito ay major axis. Ang tawag naman natin dito ay minor axis. So, yung mas mahaba, major axis. Yung mas maiksi, minor axis. And then we have here our co-vertices. Okay? So, ang vertex natin laging nasa major axis. Ulitin ko, ang vertex natin laging nasa major axis. Ganon din ang ating mga foci. Ang mga vertices at saka mga foci natin ay nasa major axis. Masyado yatang nakikipaglaban ako or yung boses ko sa ating hinaan ko yung ating background music. Okay? Now, let us proceed. Isingit ko ulit siya doon ngayon at baka mawala ako mamaya. Ayan. Okay. So, ito yung ating major axis. Ito yung ating minor axis. Now, take note that the coordinates of our vertices, vertex 1 ay A and 0. Since our Y is 0 this time. Okay? Pakatandaan nyo yan. At dito naman ay negative A and 0 since ang ating Y coordinate ay 0. And then, our co-vertices, the coordinates of our co-vertices ay 0 and B and 0 and negative B. Pakatatandaan ninyo yan. Laging nasa vertex yung A. At laging nasa co-vertex yung B. Tatandaan nyo yan kasi gagamitin natin yan mamaya. Okay? So, ito yung ating equation kapag horizontal ellipse ang meron tayo. Okay? Ang equation natin ay x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Nako, hindi nagkasya. So, sandali. Nasaan na ba yung ating eraser? Isulat ko na lang dun para hindi mali 2 o kaya mali 1 o kaya mali 3 ang ating mga viewers. Okay? So, equals 1. It is always equal to 1. Diba? Ayan. And so, here we have A as greater than B. Mas malaki yung 18 A value natin kaysa yung B value natin. And then we have to consider this as our center, although it's not a center, but there's no other term for this. So center na lang siya. And the coordinates are still H and K. Ayan, ang coordinates ng center natin. And then focal length. Focal length equation. I am going to elaborate this later on. A squared minus B squared equals C squared. Sounds familiar? Yes, sa geometry ito. This is the Pythagorean theorem, whatever. Okay, Pythagorean theorem. And then we have the foci. Foci, focus number 1 and focus number 2. Halimbawa, nandito yung ating mga foci. Okay, foci, focus number 1 and focus number 2. Ang coordinates daw nila ay, this is H plus A and K. And this is H minus A and K. Okay, so these are the coordinates of our foci. Okay? And then, how about, sorry. C pala, C. Masyadong advanced mag-isip. Mamaya ka pa eh. Okay? So, H plus C. And H minus C. Ayan. Okay? So, nasaan kaya ang C? Elaborate natin mamaya. And then, we have here our vertex number 1. So, vertex number 2. So, here are the coordinates of our vertices. So, ito ay H plus A and K. And this has the coordinates H minus A and K. Ayan. So, magagamit natin itong mga ito kapag hinanap natin yung mga parts or properties ng isang ellipse, o kaya naman kapag nagsulat tayo ng equation ng ellipse given different properties. Okay? How about the co-vertices? Ang co-vertices naman, ang coordinates niya ay H and K plus B. Ayan. And nandito yung isang co-vertex natin. So, H and K minus B. So, again, elaborate natin yung mga yan mamaya. Okay? So, I hope you can have a screenshot of this because I think this is not included in your PowerPoint. Okay? Excuse me. So, ito ay siningit-singit ko lang kanina. Okay? So, I hope you are watching this kasi sa PowerPoint wala ito. Okay? And then, the eccentricity is C over A. And then, the length of our major axis. Ito. The length of our major axis is equal to 2A. And then, the length of our minor axis is equal to 2B. Ayan. So, again, this will all be elaborated as we go on with our lesson. Okay? Next, we are done with our first two slides. Ngayon naman, meron tayong vertical shape or vertical ellipse. Kapag naman ang ellipse natin ay taller rather than it is wider, then it is a vertical ellipse. Okay? So, again, sabi ko kanina, ang A ay laging nasa major axis. So, ang major axis natin ngayon ay parallel sa x-axis. And then, ang minor axis natin ay nasa x-axis. Ayan. Okay, so here are the formulas or the equations. Ang equation natin this time ay x minus h over b squared plus, ayan na naman, hindi na naman siya nagkasya, plus y minus k squared over a squared, quantity squared rather, over a squared is equal to 1. Ayan. And, of course, a is still greater than b. So, ano ang pinagkaiba doon sa isa kanina? Ito. Ano ang pinagkaiba ng dalawang equations natin? Dahil parang parehong-pareho naman sila. Okay, ang pinagkaiba ay dito, or dito muna tayo, ang a squared natin ay nasa ilalim ng x minus h quantity squared. While dito, ang a squared natin ay nasa ilalim ng y minus k quantity squared. Okay, so yun ang pinagkaiba. But, laging pakakatandaan na ang vertices ay laging nasa major axis. Kaya naman, kapag ang a mo ay nasa ilalim ng x, ibig sabihin, ang major axis mo ay nasa x-axis. Pero kapag ang a mo ay nasa ilalim ng y, then our major axis is parallel rather to our y-axis. Ma'am, paano malalaman kung A or B? Laging pakatatandaan, eto, laging mas malaki ang A kaysa B. Okay, ulitin ko, laging mas malaki ang A kaysa B. So, mamaya, meron tayong example, mas malaki yung denominator, yun ang A. Okay? Next. Okay, let us proceed to our vertical shape or vertical ellipse. So again, ito yung ating vertex number 1. Ang kanyang formula naman ngayon, or ang kanyang coordinates naman rather, ay h and k plus a. At ang kanyang kasama ay h and k minus a. Ayan. And our co-vertices, ang kanilang coordinates naman ay k h plus a and k, And then we have here H minus A, and K. Ayan. Okay, so ang center natin ay palaging H and K. Okay? And then yung ating foci. Yung ating mga foci. Ang coordinates naman ng ating mga foci ngayon ay H and K plus C and H and K minus C. Okay? Sandali lang. Parang mali tayo. Ito pala ay B. Okay, sorry. B and B. Ayan. Okay, B and B. Sorry, these are B and B. Okay? So, again, the length of our major axis is equal to 2A and the length of our minor axis is equal to 2V. And our eccentricity is still C over A. And the shape is tall or vertical. Okay? So, we are going to apply all this as we go on finding the center, the foci, the eccentricity, the length of the major and minor axis, the co-vertices and all that. Okay? And even equations of ellipse. Okay? Now, let us elaborate more. Okay? So, here is the standard form of an ellipse if it is horizontal in shape. So, our center is at H and K. And then we have here our major axis. As I have said, the major axis is the longer axis. Okay? And we have here the minor axis. Ayan. Okay. And then we have here our vertices and our co-vertices. And later, we are going to solve for the foci. Okay. So, since it is already graphed, and we can easily identify its center, or the coordinates of our center rather. Nag-English na naman ako. Sorry guys. Ayan. Ano ang coordinates ng center natin? Okay. 3, and 4. And then, we have here one of our vertices. Ang coordinates naman niya ay 9 and 4. And then, we have here negative 3 and 4. Ayan. Okay, tingnan natin mamaya kung tama ba yung ating mga equations na yan. Okay? And then we have here our co-vertex number 1, 3 and 7. And we have here 3 and 1. So, these are the parts or properties of our ellipse. So, ano kaya ang ating equation? So, the first thing that we are going to do is to find the values of H. Ano ang values ng H? Ano ang values ng, or value, value ng K, value ng A, at saka value ng B. Yan ang mga kakailanganin natin. Okay? Now, let us proceed. Given now these properties, ano ang value ng H natin? 3. Ayun, H and K. Ano naman ang value ng K natin? Yes, it is 4. Okay? And then, how about our A? Paano ulit kunin yung A? Sabi natin, the length of major axis ay 2A. Ito ang gagamitin natin ngayon. Ito, kasi horizontal yung ating ellipse. Ayan. Okay, it is wide. Ayan. So, ito siya, Ang length daw ng major axis natin ay 2A. Kapag bibilangin natin ng major axis natin, or yung length ng major axis natin, kapag ganito ang given, i-minus mo lang. Ayun, 9 minus negative 3. So, 9 minus negative 3 is equal to positive 12. Okay? Ibig sabihin, the length of our major axis is equal to 12 and it is equal to 2a, meaning we are going to divide it by 2 so we can get a is equal to 6. Ibig sabihin, from this point to that point, that is 6. Binilang mo na lang sana, ma'am. Oo nga, ano. Okay, so ang a natin ay 6. And then, bilangin na lang natin from this point to that. Kalahati iyon ng minor axis natin. That is our B. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So, our B is equal to 3. Ayan. Therefore, our equation is x minus our h is 3, quantity squared, over, bakit na ganun? Over a squared is 6 squared, plus y, minus k natin is 4, quantity squared, over 3 squared equals 1. So, simplifying further, we have x minus 3 quantity squared over 6 squared is 36 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 3 squared is 9 equals 1. Okay, so this is the equation of our ellipse. Okay, how about its focus? Wala tayong focus. So, nasaan kaya ang kanyang focus? So, we have there the formula for our foci, H plus and minus C and K. Ayan. So, kailangan din pala natin ng value ng C for us to be able to identify the coordinates of our foci. Okay? So, our C, paano natin hahanapin ang C? Diba? Meron akong pinakita kanina. Ayan, yung focal length natin. A squared minus B squared equals C squared. Ayan. Okay, so Pythagoras. Ay, hindi pala nakikita. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, so, the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, the Pythagorean theorem. So, we have value of A and value of B, hindi ba? So, we have our A is 6 squared is 36 minus B squared is 9 equals C squared. So, 36 minus 9. 36 minus 9, children? Hala! 27. Okay, equals C squared. And so, we have to extract the root. So, C is equal to positive and negative square root of 27. Okay, there we go. So, we have our focus number 1. Focus 1 natin ay nasa, ang H natin ay 3 plus square root of 27 and KS 4. And then we have our focus 2, which is 3 minus square root of 27 and 4. Ayan. So, there you go, people of the Philippines. We already have our foci. Okay? So, kapag inaano natin, i-plot natin siya, it is somewhere here at 3 and nasaan yung 3 natin? Okay, 3 and positive 27. Okay, and 4. So it is minus or plus. No. Square root of 27 is saying plus negative, positive and negative square root of 9 times 3. So that is positive and negative 3 and square root of 3. So, nandito siya, banda. Ayan. So, parang nandito siya. And then, we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nandito rin siya, banda. Ayan. Tama ba? 1, 2, 3. Nandito pala siya, banda. Ayan. Okay, dito siya banda. So, there you go, there you go, people of the Philippines. Ayan, ang ating ellipse number 1. Okay, kapag horizontal. Okay? So, if you have any question about this example, you can just comment down below. Ayan. So, let us proceed. Not yet. Ayan. Ito na yung kanina. So, skip na natin ito. Okay? And then, sorry guys. Let us proceed to our next, to our vertical ayan. Okay? So, here again, we have our equation for our vertical ellipse. X minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared equals 1. So, this time, let us draw our major axis. Ayan. And then, let us also draw our minor axis. Our major and minor axis always go through our center. Okay, so this time, these are our vertices. Okay, and these are our co-vertices. So, let us see the coordinates of our vertices. This is, let's say, 3 and 10. Okay, am I right? And then we have 3 and negative 2. And then we have here 6 and 4. And we have here 0 and 4. Yan. Okay. So, are we ready to find the values of A? We need the value of A, the value of B, the value of C for us to be able to find the coordinates of our foci. And then we have H and K. Yan. How about our center? What are the coordinates of our center? The coordinates of our center are 3 and 4. Ayan. Yan yung mga palatandaan na pagod na ang lola nyo kapag nagsasalita. Ayan. Okay? So, the value of our H is 3, while the value of our K is 4. And then our A is, how do we identify our A? Bakit na naman kasi ako nag-i-English? Paano natin kukunin ang value ng A? Remember, the length of our major axis ay 2A. So, dito lang siya. So, i-minus na lang natin siya. 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay? And then we have here 6 minus 3. We have 3. How about our C? Of course, we have to solve for our C. Using now A squared minus B squared equals C squared. So, our A is 6 times 6 is 36. Minus 3 times 3 is 9 equals C squared. Okay, so again, we have 27 equals C squared. So, we have to extract the root of our 27 to get the value of C. So, we have C is equal to positive and negative square root of 27. Okay, so our C, value of C is positive and negative is square root of 27. There you go, people of the Philippines. So, we are ready to write our equation. Our equation is then X minus our H is 3 squared over our B is 3 squared is 9 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over, okay, our a is 6 times 6 is 36 equals 1. Okay. Now, how about our foci? Where do we locate our foci, or where can we locate our foci? So, we have our foci is equal to this time. Ano yung formula ng foci natin? We have H plus and minus C and K. Therefore, we have our H is, H natin ay 3 plus and minus square root of 27, and our K is 4. So, dyan natin matatagpuan ang ating foci. So, focus number 1, 3. So, that is 6. 6 and so 3 plus 3 and square root of 27. Oh no, I was wrong. Sorry. I was wrong when I said 6 point something. Okay, it's not actually equal to 6 point something. Okay? So, i-calculator nyo na lang yan, guys. Later na tayo mag-graph ng ganyan. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Naka 31 minutes na tayo. Okay, nasa slide number 6 pa lang tayo. At ito ay 20 na slides. Ayan. So, ano yung length ng ating major axis? 2A is 6 times 2 is 12. And then, ang minor axis natin ay, of course, 6. Ayan. So, ganun ang pagkuha ng mga properties ng mga ellipses natin. Ayan. Na-explain ko na rin ito kanina, di ba? Sorry guys, wala akong COVID. Okay pa ako. Nasamid lang. Okay?
COVID na yan.
Hindi pa. Okay? Ay ko pa lang daw ko. Wala pang vid. So, we have here the Pythagorean theorem or Pythagorean property of our equation. Tignan nga pala natin kung tama ba yung ating kwan kanina ng ating co-vertex. Ang co-vertex natin ay 6 and 4. Tignan ko nga kanina, baka nagkamali ako. Okay, 6. That is H plus B. Okay, tama tayo. H plus B ang ating co-vertex. Nasaan na ba siya kanina? Ipapakita ko lang sa inyo. Baka nalilito na naman kayo. Okay, nang hindi nyo na binabalik-balikan ang ating video. Saan ko ba nilagay yan? Sorry guys. Nalilito ang lola nyo. Lola. Ayan. Ayan. So, di ba kanina dito medyo nalilito ang lola? Okay, H plus B. So, that is H natin ay 3 plus ang B natin ay 3. So, that is 6 and 4. Okay? 6 and 4. Ayan. Okay, now we can proceed. Ayan. Okay, so ito yung kanyang Pythagorean property. So, if we're going to locate our focus and then we draw a right triangle. Okay, using now the points or our co-vertex rather, our co-vertex and our foci and of course the center. So we have here our A, our C, and our B. So, ang B natin, do not be confused kasi ang tinuro sa inyo ng ating mga magigiting na mga guro sa mathematics, ito yung A, ito yung B, at yun ang C, di ba? Sabi nila, yung pinakamahaba is always C, yung pinakamaliit is always A. Thank you, baby, for the water.
Welcome, Lola.
Minom lang ako ng tubig, guys. Okay pa ako. Okay? But this time, okay, because we are referring to our ellipse, our C refers to the distance from our center to our focus. So that is our C. And then our B refers to the distance from the center to our co-vertex, and our A refers to the distance from our focus to our co-vertex. Ayan. So, wag malilito ha. This is a special property for or of Pythagorean for ellipse only. Ayan. Okay? Next. Eto na. Let us try to find the center, the vertices, and the foci of this given ellipse or given equation of an ellipse. So, we have here x squared. Maliit ba masyado? Kita nyo pa ba? Okay. X squared over 16 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. Ayan. So, sabi ko kanina, kung ano yung pinakamalaking denominator, siya yung a squared. Okay, at syempre, yung isa, siya na yung b squared. Palaging ganyan. At sabi rin natin kanina, kung ang a squared ay nasa ilalim ng x squared, anong klaseng ellipse siya? Yes, horizontal siya. Kasi ang kanyang major axis is parallel to the x-axis. Ayan. So, there's no need for us to graph this anymore. Since meron na tayong value ng A at saka value ng B. Ang kailangan na lang nating hanapin ay yung value ng C at ang value ng H at saka value ng K. Okay. So, since meron tayong horizontal ellipse, we know that the equation that we will be using ay yung x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. Ayan ang gagamitin nating equation. Now, what is the value of our a? Is it 16? No, because 16 is a squared. So, ang value ng a natin, we need to extract the root of 16. So, square root of 16 ay positive and negative 4. Okay? How about our b? So, square root of 9 is equal to positive and negative, yes, 3. How about our c? So, let us solve for our c. So, a squared minus b squared equals c squared. So, we have 16 minus 9 equals c squared. So, 16 minus 9 is 7 equals c squared. So, we are going to extract both sides. So, c is equal to positive and negative square root of 7. Ayan. And our h ay palaging kasama ng x. May kasama ba si x? Uy, walang kasama si x. So, 0. And then, ang y ay kasama, or ang k ay palaging kasama ni y. May k ka bang mag-as y? Oh, wala ka daw k mag-as y. Kung bakit walang kasama si x. Ayan ka na naman, Lola. Gumawa ka na naman ng kwento. Okay, so, our k is 0. Ayan. So, we are now ready to find first our center, and the coordinates of our center are h and k. At ang ating h ay 0, at ang ating k ay 0 din, kaya ang coordinates natin ay 0 and 0. Ayan. And then, how about our vertices? Okay, so balikan natin. Ayan, nasa likod siya. Ay, hindi. Nandito pala. Nasaan na siya? Nasaan na ang Lola? Bakit puro vertical lang nakikita ko? Nasaan yung horizontal? Nasaan yung horizontal? Ayan, ang ating horizontal. Okay? Ayan. So, ang hinahanap natin ay vertices. Ayan. So, eto siya. So, ang vertices daw natin ay h plus and minus a times, nk pala. Bakit ako nagta-times? Alam nyo, ang bait-bait ko. Kasi alam nyo noong last year, kahit may face-to-face, open kaya sa akin noon ang mga formulas kapag nagpapa-quiz ako. At saka, kahit nagpapa-exam, open yung mga yan. Kasi, ayaw ko kayong i-burden. Ayan, na i-memorize nyo lahat yan. Ang dami-dami ang dami-dami kasi. But, if you are witty enough, tignan mo lang yung graph, malalaman mo na. At alam mo lang yung property kanina nung pinakita kong Pythagorean theorem, with regards to ellipse, may memorize mo na yung mga formula na yan. Ayan. Okay? Pero kung hindi mo kaya, hindi kita pipilitin. So, we have h. Ang h natin ay 0. Plus and minus. Ang a natin ay 4. And ang k natin ay 0 din. So, ang coordinates ng mga vertices natin ay positive 4 and 0 and negative 4 and 0. Ayan. Last na to. Foci na. Ayan. Ang foci natin, ang formula niya ay h plus and minus c and k. Ayan. So, ang h natin again ay 0 plus and minus ang ating c ay square root of 7 and 0. Therefore, our foci are at positive square root of 7 and 0 and negative square root of 7 and 0. As simple and as easy as that. Okay? Let us proceed. How about finding the center, the vertices, and the foci if the given are like this? It is the general form of an ellipse. Therefore, bakit na naman ako nag-i-English? Isusulat natin ulit siya sa kanyang standard form. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin? Siyempre, ang gagawin natin, dapat gawin natin itong 1, hindi ba? So, para maging 1 siya, anong gagawin natin? Siyempre, i-divide natin siya ng 36. At kapag dinivide natin ito ng 36, i-divide din natin ang mga ito ng 36. Ganun lang naman yun. Okay? So, magiging, cancel na natin yun. 4 and 36. So, magiging x squared over 9. Am I right? Plus, cancel na rin natin yun. 9y squared over 36 divided by 9 is 4 equals 36 over 36 is of course equals 1. Ayan. So, meron na tayong ellipse. Equals 1 na siya. Wala na tayong problema. May denominator na siya. Okay. So, identify na lang natin ang A, B, C, at saka ang H and K. Ngayon, titignan natin ang ating equation. Nasaan ang mas malaki? Nasa ilalim ng puting ilaw. Ay, hindi. Nasa ilalim pala ng x squared. Ayan. So, ito ang ating a squared at ito ang ating b squared. Ayan. Okay. So, what is then our a? Siyempre, hindi 9. Kasi dapat i-square root mo muna siya. So, square root of 9 ay positive and negative 3. Okay? How about b? Okay, ang square root naman ng 4 ay positive and negative 2. How about C? Siyempre, isusolve natin. Kaya naman, meron tayong A squared minus B squared equals C squared. A squared ay 9 minus B squared ay 4 equals C squared ay C squared. Ayan. Okay? So, 9 minus 4 is 5 equals C squared. Extract the root. So C is equal to positive and negative square root of 5. Okay, so positive and negative square root of 5. Ngayon, anong equation ang gagamitin natin? So, ang gagamitin natin ay x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus puro na lang si x ang naiisip ko. Y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. Ayan. So, ang h natin ay kasama ni x. May kasama ba si x? Wala. So, 0. Ang y ay wala rin kasama. So, ang k ay 0. Therefore, ang center natin ay nasa h and k. So, ang h natin ay 0, ang k natin ay 0. So, our coordinates of center is 0 and 0. Pagod na talaga ang lola niya. Okay, how about our vertices? Ang vertices natin ay h plus and minus a and k. So, we have, ang h natin ay 0 plus and negative 3. Ayun siya. Ayun. And 0. Therefore, the vertices of the coordinates rather of our vertices are positive 3 and 0 and negative 3 and 0. How about our foci? Ayan. Ang foci natin ay h plus and minus, yes, c and k. Okay? Equals, so ang h natin ay 0 plus and minus square root of 5 and 0. Okay? So we have the vertices or the coordinates. Always remember, guys, you have to enclose your coordinates with close and open parentheses. Kapag walang close and open parentheses yan, mali yan. So positive 5 and 0, and of course negative square root of 5 brother and 0. Square root of 5 and 0. Okay, so we are done with our problem number 4 na yata ito. Okay, and so if we are also asked to write, ayun na pala, yung kanyang equation pala yung given kanina. Sorry naman. Ayan. So, let us proceed to slide number 10. Mayroon pa pala akong pizza dyan. Hindi ko pa nakain. Kaya pala nasabi ko yung slice. Ayan. Sorry. This time, eto na. Finding the equation of the ellipse with center at 0 and 0. Talaga lang. Find the equation of the ellipse with center, whatever. At 0 and 0, foci at 5 and 0 and negative 5 and 0, a major axis of length 16 units and a minor axis of length 8 units. Okay. Sabi ko nga kanina, kahit hindi na tayo mag-drawing this time, alam na natin kung anong gagawin natin kung naintindihan ninyo yung discussion ko kanina. So, if the problem is like this, the first thing that you are going to do ay identify ang mga given natin. Ano ba yung mga given natin? We have the center at 0 and 0, and we have the foci at 5 and 0, and negative 5 and 0. And then we have our major axis. Ang major axis daw natin ay equal to, okay, elaborate ko nga ito, guys. Okay, kaya ako ginagamit yung colon kasi coordinate siya, para hindi kayo malito. Coordinates, okay? Pero kapag length na siya, gamitin nyo yung equals, okay? Ayan, so equals 16. And our minor axis is equal to 8. Ayan. Okay, so Meaning, di ba sabi natin kanina, ang major axis ay 2A at ang length ng minor axis natin ay 2B. Meaning, this gives us now the idea na ang A natin ay equal to 8 at ang B natin ay equal to 4. Ayan. So, may equation na ba tayo? Yehey! May equation na tayo kasi H and K na yan. So, anong sa tingin nyo guys? Horizontal axis ba siya or vertical axis ang kanyang major axis? Or horizontal ellipse ba siya or vertical? Yes, horizontal siya kasi ang major axis niya ay 16. Ay, hindi pala. Sorry. Okay, ganito. Ganito. Bibigyan ko kayo ng tip kung paano mag-identify ng kind ng ellipse kahit hindi mo siya na-draw. Okay? Kapag doon sa foci ninyo, tingin tayo sa foci. Ayan ang foci natin. Kapag ang H ang pareho, sulat ko ha para intindihan nyo. Pareho ang H value, ito ay vertical. Kapag pareho ang K value, ito ay horizontal. Okay. So, this time, foci yan doon sa foci. Baka kung saan-saan kayo na naman nakatingin, meron na nga kayong minamahal na iba. Ayan. So, foci yan. So, tingin tayo sa foci natin. Alin dyan ang pareho? Yes, ang pareho ay yung K value. Ibig sabihin, yehey! Ito ay horizontal. So, ang gagamitin natin equation ay x minus h, quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k, quantity squared over b squared equals 1. Ayan, hindi ako galit. Pagod lang. Okay? So, since we have already the values for H, K, A, and B. So, yun lang naman yung mga kailangan natin. Hindi natin kailangan na yun ang C kasi meron na tayong foci. Ang C ay kailangan lang natin kung i-identify natin ang foci o kaya hindi given ang foci. Okay? Now, we have X minus, ano ang H natin? 0, quantity squared over A natin ay 8, quantity squared plus Y minus, ang K natin ay 0, quantity squared over, ang B natin ay 4, quantity squared equals 1. So, we have X minus 0 squared ay X squared over 64 plus Y squared over 16 equals 1. As simple and as easy as that. Okay? So, if you have any question about this, you may comment down below. Okay? So, hanggang dito muna guys. Kasi alas 7:15 na in the evening dito sa amin. Anong oras na kaya dyan sa inyo ngayon? Okay? So, time for our family worship. Okay? So, itutuloy natin sa next video natin kasi nakalahati naman na natin. Nasa slide 10 na po tayo. So, meron tayong 20 slides. Ayan. So, tama pala yung ano ko, 1 hour. 1 hour. Ay, nako. Okay, so that will be all for this video presentation. See you at the next video. Ay, hindi nyo pala ako makikita. Hindi ko rin kayo makikita. Okay. Bahala na. Bye! Okay.